सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। Vicharasagara, 4th chapter, page 113, topic 201, the top line, first line. Vichara drishtya tu chaitanye eva ajnana tat prayukta avaranestah natu ghatadau vishaye ajnanam chaitanyameva ashritya tadeva vishayīkaroti Vedānta siddhāntah. Nischaladasa discussing about the ignorance where it exists. Ignorance means not any worldly ignorance. We are talking about self-ignorance, the Moola Vidya, basic fundamental ignorance. That ignorance is located where, and it is ignorant. The ignorance of what? Once you question where the ignorance exists, it is called ashrayaha. The locus is called ashrayaha, and ignorance of what, if you question, that is called vishayaha. Ajnanasya, what? Ajnanasya kaha vishayaha, the object of ignorance. The object of ignorance and the locus of ignorance. Vishayaha and ashrayaha. Object of ignorance is called Vishayaha, locus of ignorance is called Ashrayaha. What is the locus of ignorance? What is the object of ignorance? Is the question. To understand this Ajnanam, I said first Jnanam. Any knowledge requires two factors. The Pramata, who is having knowledge about what, where that knowledge exists. Knowledge ashrayaha kaha, jnanasya ashrayaha kaha, jnanasya vishayaha kaha. I showed the flower in the last class. So I know this flower, I know this flower, I do not know the name of the flower. That is ajnana. Pushpasya namam, I do not know, that is called ignorance. If I know the pushpam is jnanam, but the name of the pushpam I do not know, that is ignorance. So jnanam and ajnanam, both of them, we are having every day one object. We have jnanam. I know this clip. Knowledge. Knowledge about what, if you ask, clip is the object. I have knowledge about the clip. And where that knowledge exists, that knowledge exists in the locus is Chaitanyam. It is not a Jada Padartha. It is not a Jada Padartha no Jada Padartha can get either ignorance nor knowledge. You cannot talk about the clip has got knowledge about bulb, clip does not know the bulb. You cannot say. You cannot say any inert objects. You cannot say the book do not know about the clip. Book knows about the clip. You cannot say, because book is Jadam, clip is also Jadam, inert. So inert objects can never have either knowledge nor ignorance. That point is mentioned here. So Chaitanyam alone is Ashrayam, that is the main topic. Then he goes to an aside topic later. See, in this line we saw Vichara Drishtya, by inquiry, on inquiry, Chaitanya eva, in Chaitanyam alone, in Atma Chaitanyam alone, Ajnanam tat prayukta avarane staha. The ignorance and its avarana, Ajnana prayukta, that is the cause for avarana, concealment. So concealment is concealment and ignorance. Ignorance leads to concealment. Covering, veiling. Avarana means covering or veiling. So Ajnanam is located in Chaitanyam alone, Atma alone. Anatma, Mula Vidya exists in Atma Chaitanyam, that is the essence. Anatma, the Mula Vidya, ignorance, is located in Atma Chaitanyam. What is that Ajnanam? Which is the cause for Avarana. Natu Ghatadau Vishaye. Ajnanam does not exist in Ghata or any other inert object. So you cannot say Ajnanam is located in Ghata, you cannot say. This is called Ghata, pot. Ignorance exists in pot, you cannot say, because it is Jadam. Ajnana Chaitanyameva Ashritya. Ajnanam, the Mula Vidya, Chaitanyameva Ashritya. It is located in, supported by original consciousness. Then what it does? Tadeva Vishayi Karoti. That Ajnanam alone, the object of ignorance alone is Chaitanyam only. Tadeva Vishayi Karoti means that Ajnanam alone is what you can call Ajnanasya Vishayaha, Chaitanyam only. Vishayi Karoti iti Vedānta Siddhantaha. In Vedānta, we say for Ajnanam, the object of ignorance is self alone. Object of ignorance is self alone, Atma alone, Chaitanyam alone. Ashrayaha is also Atma, and object of ignorance is also Atma. Both are in, one is located, another is object of ignorance. Both are in Atma Chaitanyam only. Now he goes to the, up to here we saw in the last class, highly technical portion. Then he quotes from Samkshepa Shariraka, one sloka. Nischala is quoting. I'll read that sloka. Ashrayatva Vishayatva Bhagini Nirvibhaga Chitireva Kevala Purva Siddha Tamasohi Paschimo Nashrayo Bhavati Napi Gocharaha Iti Vruddhoktehe This shloka is taken from Samkshepa Shariraka, a book written by Sarvajñātma Muni, disciple of Sureshwaracharya. Sarvajñātma Muni wrote a book, Samkshepa Sharirakam. Sam dot sha is there. Sam means Samkshepa. Samkshepa means concise form. Shariraka means Brahma Sutra. A text on Brahma Sutra, the concise text, very, very brief. Brief, that also has got 4 chapters. Okay. That Brahma Sutra, Sankshepa Shariraka Karta, Sarvajñātma Muni also said there what he said, the logic, the reason he gives here, why Ajnanam does not exist in Ghata, in Jadavastu. What is the reason? What is the reason? The reason is given here. The essence of the shloka is that Ajnanasya Vishayaha, that Vishaya is later, what you can call here, Ashrayatva Vishayatva Bhagini Nirvibhaga Chitireva. Chiti means here Chaitanya. Kevala Chitihi, pure consciousness, existence principle alone. Nirvibhaga, undivided. Undivided consciousness alone is Ashraya and Vishayatva Bhagini. Subject, Ashraya means subject, Vishaya means object. Both are Bhagini, means it is there in that, it is the place. Ashraya means place, locus. Chaitanyam alone has that storage, like it is staying in that Ashraya Vishayaha Bhagini. Then second line only he gives the logic. What is the reason? The reason is Purva Siddha Tamasaha hi Paschimo Nashrayo Bhavati. Purva Siddha means Mula Vidya was existing prior to. Purva means prior to. Prior to what? Tamasaha. Purva Siddha Tamasaha. Tamasa means here ignorance. Mula Vidya. Mula Vidya existed along with Chaitanyam even before the creation. Srishti Purve Api. Purva Siddha Tamasaha hi. Paschimaha means later. Not west, later. Later means what? What came later? Entire world is Ajnana Karyam. Mula Vidya is the Karanam. Mula Vidya is the Karanam. Nama Rupa Prapancha is Karyam. Mind is also Karyam. We cannot say Ajnanam exists in the mind. Kechana, on the top line, Visa, Vishaye Asti iti Ahuhu Kechana. Some people say in Jada Vishaya, in inert objects, Ajnanam exists, they said. How they can say like that? It is not correct, because Paschimaha means later born. Later born, that mind, body, world, everything. Ashrayaha na bhavati. Jadavastu. The entire world is nothing but avidya, avyakta avidya is condensed form of the universe. Avyakta avidya is unmanifest. Mula vidya, the world is in condensed form. Vyakta avidya is the what you are experiencing the world. So world is appearing, on inquiry it disappears. So the whole world, body, mind are all karyam of avidya. Father need not be supported by the unborn child. Srishti Purvam. Purvam means Srishti Purvam. Mind was not there, body was not there, world was not there. In Pralaya, what was there? Only Chaitanya. Along with Chaitanyam, Mula Vidya is there. So, such a Mula Vidya, how it can be supported by the later, that mind which is born out of Mula Vidya. Mind is born out of Mula Vidya, body is born out of Mula Vidya, world is born out of Mula Vidya, all the objects, pot is also born out of Mula Vidya. So this is Karyam. Karanam need not depend upon its Karyam, the child. Father is not dependent on the unborn child. Karanam is the prior. Karyam is later. How the Karanam prior one can have the locus in the later one? How the prior one can exist in that Karyam, the product, later one. So Karyam is always later. Karanam is always prior. That prior one cannot exist on the later one. That is the idea. Purva Siddha Tamasaha. That Tamas Ajnanam was there already in Chaitanyam before Srishti itself. Later Paschimaha Ashrayaha na bhavati. That is not supported by, not located in the later one. So the later one can be located in the prior one. Prior one cannot have location in the later one, because the later one is not born at all. That is not correct. Karana Karyam. Karanam is always prior to Karyam. Karyam is located in the Karanam. The pot is located in the clay, or clay is located in the pot. Pot is located in the clay, or clay is located in the pot. Pot is located in the clay. Why? Clay is the Karanam, pot is the Karyam. Therefore, Karanam can never exist, locate in the Karyam. That is the idea he presents here. Napi Gocharaha. It is not an object of experience also. Gochara means Vishayaha. So the later one cannot be the object, cannot be the object of ignorance. Ignorance was there before the Vishaya is coming. So Vishaya alone can be the object of ignorance. That is the idea. Little tough only to understand, but just register up to here. Then later you can dwell upon that, it will become more clear. So Avyakta, world is nothing but Vyakta to Avyakta. Now you are experiencing Vyakta Prapancha. So Avyakta Prapancha, at that time itself Mula Vidya was there. It cannot located in this later one Karyam. This is the essence of this verse. Sarvajñātma Muni says, so Mula Vidya comes before, the mind comes later. Therefore, in mind, Mula Vidya does not exist in the mind. Paschima means mind, later one. Poor Mula Vidya located in the mind is wrong. So, it cannot be the locus. Chaitanyam alone is the locus. That is the essence. Now we'll go to the next paragraph. Iti vruddhoktehe means thus it is said by Vruddha means here jnanis, wise people. Vruddha means samkshepa shariraka karta. Samkshepa shariraka karta said this way. Here Vruddha means not old but wise people. Now I'll read the next paragraph. It is an aside note. Then next para only the continuation comes. The aside note is also important. Very rarely ācaryas present this. That rarely means that confusion. In previous Tattva-drishti has got a confusion here now. When he says it is in Chaitanyam. What? Ajnanam is located in Chaitanyam, he is telling. But in 107 page number, there 191 and 192 topics, where he was talking about Sapta Avasthas from Panchadashi he has taken. There he said what? Ajnanam is located in Ahankara, Chidabhasa Sahita Antakaranam, he said. But of course we don't remember anyhow. That is 2-3 classes before. So that Tattva-drishti remember. So that type of doubt, question may come in the Tattva-drishti's mind. Therefore, the Guru clarifies that. I will read. Prak saptavastha nirupana prasange ajnanashrayaha antakarana vishishta chidabhasa iti uktam saha cha ajnanasya abhimani ashrayaha aham ajnaha ityabhimanaha antakarana sahita bhasasya jayate iti yavat tasmat abhasa ajnanas ashrayah ityuchyate mukhya ashrayastu chaitanyameva na abhasa sahitantah karanam abhasa sahitantah karanasya ajnana karyatvat yad yasya karyam na tattasya ashrayo bhavet tasmad ajnanasya kevala chaitanyameva adhisthana rupa ashrayah. Prag, before means when. He says here that ajnanam prag saptavasthayam nirupana prasange, when you were talking about 7 stages, 7 steps, prasange, if you look into that portion, previous portion 191 and 192 topics, there he presented all 7 steps. What he said there, Acharya himself explained here that and clarifies. Ajnana ashrayaha, the locus of ignorance is ajnana ashrayaha antakaranam vishishta chidabhasa iti uktam. You said in that topic, saptavasthas, there you said that antakarana means mind, vishishta, antakarana vishishta chidabhasa. Chidabhasa, the reflected consciousness which is associated in that antakaranam, the mind. So ajnana ashrayaha, it is the locus of ignorance, you said. So antakaranam is the locus of ignorance. What type of antakaranam? Chidabhasa sahita antakaranam, reflected consciousness plus reflecting medium, RM plus RC put together. There, that is the locus of ignorance. Where is ignorance? In my mind there is ignorance. In my intellect there is ignorance. In my inside there is ignorance. That means in my antakaranam, in my mind or intellect put together, both are one and the same in this context, antakaranam. So normally we say like that only. Everybody says, I'm having ignorance. I'm ignorant. Where is this ignorant? In my buddhi, in my antakaranam there is ignorance. Normally we say like that only. But here he says, ashrayas are 2 types of ashraya. That is also correct. That is also correct. And Chaitanyam is the ashraya, is also perfectly, it is a real answer. Ahankara, that is Chidabhasa Sahita Antakaranam, the Ahankara is the locus of ignorance, is answer number 1. That is not a real answer. That is Chid Abhimani Rupa Ashraya. He says Abhimani Rupa Ashraya. But this Chaitanyam is the Adhisthana Rupa Ashraya. That you can see in the footnote down below, he writes, gives an example. Just like you keep golden ornaments in one box, jewel box, and the one who is the possessor of that jewels is the Abhimani. Ashraya, two Ashrayas are there. I read that portion, it is very nice. Yatha Khatadi Dhanadi Koshasya Mukhya Ashrayaha Petika. Dhanadi means here jewels, gold, coins, money, etc. Mukhya Ashrayaha, where they are located, ornaments. Mukhya Ashrayaha is Petika, the box, jewel box or money box. Petika. But Aham Dhani, I am a rich man. I am a rich man. I am Aham Dhani. Ityadau. In this context, Aham Dhani, I am rich man. After seeing that box, jewels and all, he says, oh, I am rich man. Dhanasya Abhimani Rupa Ashrayaha. So he is also Ashrayaha only. Where they are located, in this person only, he is the owner of that dhanam, so therefore he is Ashrayaha. What type of Ashrayaha? Abhimani Rupa Ashraya. Jewel box never identify with those ornaments. The person or owner of that jewels, person identify with those jewels. So therefore two Ashrayas are there, located Ashrayaha, Purushaha, Tatha Ajnanasya Mukhya Chaitanyam Abhimani Rupa Ashrayastu Chidabhasaha Vishishta Antahkaranam. I hope you can follow this. Similarly, just like that jewels box is one type of Ashraya, and the person who is having Abhimani Rupa Ashraya, two Ashrayas are possible. Similarly, here also, ignorance also, Ajnanasya also, Mukhya Ashrayaha, Adhisthana Rupa Ashrayaha, or Adhisthana Rupa Ashrayaha you can say, or Mukhya Ashrayaha you can say. What is the second Ashraya? Abhimani Rupa Ashraya. Ahankara. Ahankara is the Abhimani Rupa Ashraya. Abhimani Rupa Ashraya is Chidabhasa Sahita Antahkaranam. Like that only. That is why he says here, Prak Saptavastha Nirupana Prasange Ajnanashrayaha Antahkarana Vasishta Chidabhasaha iti Bhuktam Saha Ajnanasya Abhimani Ashrayaha. This is the answer. Yes, I said there in 107, page number 101, 102 topics. It is as though contradicting, but it is not contradicting, it is as though contradicting. That Ashraya, what I said, Sapta Avasthas time, Abhimani Rupa Ashraya, that is. Abhimani Rupa means the one who identifies. Ajnani is one who identifies himself, I am ignorant. Kutastha Chaitanyam never say I am ignorant. Kutastha Chaitanyam never say I am ignorant. Only Ahankara claim, and the OC, RC, RM, Avarana, Ajnanam, all are put together, Jiva, individual. In that, Ahankara alone claiming time, practical purpose. That is, practical purpose is I am ignorant. It raise in the Ahankara only. When you claim I am ignorant, that is not done by Kutastha Chaitanyam. That is the statement uttered by the Ahankara. I am ignorant. Kutastha Chaitanyam never say I am ignorant. Then what is the role of Kutastha Chaitanyam? The role of Kutastha Chaitanyam is only, it is Adhisthana Rupa Chaitanya, Adhisthana Rupa Ashraya. That is why there is a difference between both. That's Aham Ajnaha iti, I am ignorant. Abhimanaha, that Abhimanam means identity. I am ignorant. I am ignorant of Vicharasagara, subject matter. Suppose you say, that is Antahkarana Sahita Abhasasya Jayate. It rises in that before listening to the class, I was ignorant of Vicharasagara. After listening only, I am getting in the knowledge of Vicharasagara. Like that, Sahita Abhasasya Jayate. So it is in Antahkarana Avachinna Antahkaranam Sahita Abhasaha. Abhasasya means in reflected consciousness, Ahankara, Jiva alone, it is Ashrayaha. I am ignorant. That statement. That bhavana, that abhimana. Jayate iti yavat. That is the meaning of Saptavasthas when we say ignorance is in Ahankara is also fine for practical purposes. But what is Siddhanta exactly? Tasmat Abhasaha Ajnanasya Ashrayaha iti Uchyate. Tatra. In that Saptavastha we said it is empirically it is correct only. It is correct only. Empirical. RC alone is the Ashrayaha. Correct only. Parantu. Mukhya Ashrayaha tu. What is the Mukhya Ashrayaha? Real location Chaitanyameva. Ajnanasya Chaitanyameva Mukhya Ashrayaha. Mukhya Ashrayaha means like that person. Aham Dhani. That is Mukhya Ashraya. Petika is Jadam. I am a rich man, and that person is Chaitanya, Chaitana Purushaha. Petika, the box, jewel box is not Chaitanam. Jewel box can never have Abhimana. How many years you keep jewels in that box? Jewel box never have any Abhimana, thank God. Otherwise, jewel box will take all the ornaments. Jewel box, even you put decades that jewels in that box, jewel box never identify with that jewels because it is Achetanam. Therefore, it cannot be the Mukhya Ashrayaha. It is only Petika is only one type of Ashraya. Similarly, Ahankara, here Abhimani Ashrayaha, even though Ahankara we say, really Ahankara is what? Reflected consciousness is blessed by OC only. That is why Mukhya Ashrayaha Chaitanyameva OC alone. Without OC, where is RC? RC is not there. Therefore, we can say Mukhya Ashrayaha, primary location of ignorance. Abhasa Sahita Antahkaranam. Na. It is not that reflected consciousness, Antahkaranam. Not that ignorance is not located in that Ahankara, Antahkaranam, in the mind which is with RC. That is the meaning. Na Abhasa Sahita Antahkaranam. Abhasa Sahita Antahkarana. Antahkarana means mind. It is not in the mind which mind is with reflected consciousness. Therefore, ignorance is not in the mind which is associated with reflected consciousness. Ignorance is located in the Chaitanyam OC alone. Abhasa Sahita Antahkaranasya Ajnana Karyatva. This is the logic. Because why Antahkaranam cannot be the Mukhya Ashraya for ignorance? Because Abhasa Sahita Antahkaranam, Antahkaranasya, That mind which is associated with reflected consciousness, it is a product of ajnanam, ajnana karyatvat. It is only a product of ajnanam alone. It is a product of ignorance alone. Therefore, in product, ignorance is the cause. How can a cause can exist in its product, depending upon its product? So that is abhimani rupa ashrayam, adhisthana rupa ashrayam, you can say. Therefore what ahamkara is the abhimana rupa ashraya for practical purpose. For siddhanta purpose, adhisthana chaitanyam is the ashraya for ajnanam. That's why it is the product. Father cannot supported by unborn child. And that's what example, just example is not given, just I am telling. Ajnanasya, then he says, ajnana karyatvat. It is a product of ajnanam. So always karyam is depending upon karanam. Karanam is not depending upon karyam. Karanam is not supported by karyam. Karyam is supported by karanam. Ajnanam is the karanam, and ahankara or chidabhasa sahita antahkaranam is the karyam. See, the whole world is karyam. Mind is karyam. Everything is karyam, karyam, karyam. Karyam, karyam and product. So the entire world is a matter in a condensed version of your ignorance only. So avyakta avidya, vyakta avidya, whatever. So ignorance disappears, world disappears. World disappears means the reality that you give to the world disappears. World does not disappear, it appears to the fleshy eyes. But you don't see the world as world, real world. It is only an appearance. On inquiry, it disappears. That's why it is a product of ignorance. Ajnana karyam. Now then, this is the answer. Ajnanam belongs to chit or chidabhasa. Chit also you can say, chidabhasa also you can say. Mukhya ashraya is chit, abhimani ashraya is chidabhasa. Or you can say ajnanam belongs to pratibimba chaitanyam or bimba chaitanyam. Both you can say. Bimba chaitanyam is the mukhya ashraya, belongs to chaitanyam, bimba chaitanyam. It is pratibimba chaitanyam also you can say. Nothing wrong in that, but you must know. So ajnanam belongs to kutastha, ahankara. Kutastha is the main ashraya, ahankara is the secondary ashraya. Okay, this is the idea. A side note he gives that clarifies. But if you remember only, this paragraph is relevant. If you don't remember the previous saptavastas, namak in the kelve varadu. Okay, appuram dhaan gnanam varum. In the previous page la ahankaram sonnar. Ipo vandu chaitanyam sollindirke eppadi enna ippadi enna. One is abhimana rupa ashraya, another is adhisthana rupa ashraya. Yedi abhimana rupa ashraya ahankara, yedi adhisthana rupa ashraya chaitanya. For what? Ajnana. I hope I have communicated. Now he comes to the original topic, Vishayasya. That for the continuation of that essay topic is over. The continuation he takes that. Why that Jada Vastu cannot be the locus of Ajnanam, that he elaborates. Vishayascha tasya chaitanyameva swarupa tiraskara eva ajnana vishayatvam uchyate. Etad ajnana krityam avaranam jadavastuni na yujyate. जडवस्तुनः स्वरूपतः एव आवृतत्वात् अत्र अज्ञानकृत्य आवरणस्य प्रयोजन अभावात् तथा च अज्ञाने स्वाश्रय चैतन्यमेव विषयीकरोति यथा गृहान्तस्थं तमः स्वाश्रयभूतं गृहमेव आवृणोति तद्वत् तस्मात् घटादौ जडे अज्ञान आवरणेन संभवतः. Now, Vishayasya tasya chaitanyameva. So until now, what Nischala said, Chaitanyam alone is the ashraya for ajnanam. That topic is over. Now, what is the object of ignorance? Object of ignorance is also Chaitanyam only. That is called self-ignorance. Self-ignorance. Ignorance of self for self. Vishayascha tasya chaitanyameva. That is in bold letters. Tasya ajnanasya, of that ignorance. Vishayaha, the object of ignorance. Chaitanyam only. Object of regarding to self-ignorance we are talking. Other ignorances and all, there is no problem. If you are ignorant of any anatma vastu, it doesn't matter. But if you are ignorant of self, there is a problem. You have to be aware of that self, otherwise self-ignorance is the cause of samsara. Swarupa tiraskaraha eva. Tiraskaraha means rejection. Rejection of swarupa, existence. Ajnana vishayatva, ajnana vishayatvam iti uchyate. Ajnana vishayam means the object of ignorance. Swarupa tiraskaraha, not knowing that I am existence, consciousness principle. Ajnanam alone, self-ignorance is, its vishaya is chaitanyam. Why we say ignorance? Swarupa tiraskaraha. All people are doing what? Rejecting their own nature, atma swarupam, taking themselves as a body, mind complex. Is it not tiraskara? Tiraskara means again rejection, postponing, not claiming that I am Atma. Ajnana Vishayaha, that is the subject matter, Vishayaha, ignorance of ignorance. Etad Ajnana Kritya Avaranam Jadavastuni Nayujyate. This is important point. Etad means this type of ignorance is the ignorance object is Vishaya is self. This type of ignorance cannot happen in Jadavastu. Jadavastuni, in that inert object. Jadavastuni, in inert object. Na yujyate, does not happen. What does not happen? Tad ajnana kritya avarana. The concealment. Ajnana kritya, concealment done by that ignorance. Ignorance covering. Ignorance is veiling because of ignorance alone. So that jadavastuni na yujyate. It does not happen in inert object. Avaranam, ajnanam and avaranam. Ajnana karyam, avaranam. Ajnana leads to avaranam, concealment, veiling. It does not happen in inert object. Why it does not happen? Jadavastunaha, inert objects, Swarupataha, originally by nature, originally eva, they are inert only, avrutatvat, they are already concealed. They are not they are not having self-awareness. Clip does not know that I am clip. Clip does not know I am clip. Clip does not know that I am in Swamini's hand. Okay. Book does not know that I am a book. Because its nature, it is made out of tamoguna, he says. Avritatvat, what avritat? Sarupataha eva avritatvat. By nature, they are concealed because they are jadam. Avritatvat atra ajnanakritya avaranam. That jadapadartha, tatra means jadavastuni. Jadavastuni avritat jadavastuni kritya avaranam. Jadavastu ajnana kritya avaranam. That concealment because of ignorance does not happen in jadavastu. Because basically by nature it is jadam. It is not having any ignorance of anything. Neither it has got knowledge. I am a book. It is not self-revealed. It does not have self-awareness. I am a book. It does not have. But you the human being, I am aware of myself. You never doubt yourself. You can doubt any object. Either that object is there in the house, this object is there in the house or not. You can have doubt, but you can never have doubt existence of yourself. You can never doubt your own existence. That type of concealment does not happen in the clip. It is there. I am self-evident. You never verify from others whether I am there or not. You ask others, that book is there or not, tell me. This pen is there or not, tell me. But do you ask that I am there or not, tell me. I am there or not, please verify and tell me. You are self-evident. You are self-awareness. You are having that self-awareness. Therefore, there is a possibility of concealment. Where already Jadavastu, that need not be concealed. It is tamas swarupam. That's what he says here in this next line. Prayojana abhavat. There is no prayojana because it is not concealed. Akritya ajnana kritya avaranasya prayojana abhava. And Jadavastu, once already it is swarupataha jadam avritam, where is the question of again avaranam on that? It is not required. Tathacha, moreover, ajnanam swa ashraya chaitanyameva vishayikaroti. Ignorance always reveal the chaitanyam. Chaitanyam, ignorance is there in I am ignorant. That is in chaitanyam. I am knowledgeable, I am wise. All that comes in chaitanyam only, originally. Vishayi karoti. Yatha. Example, if you listen, then you can understand. Yatha. Just as grihantastham tamaha. The darkness which is in the house. In the room, suppose. Griha antastham tamaha. Tamaha means darkness which is in the room. Swashraya bhutam grihameva avranoti. It is veiling the same room. It is taking ashraya in the room and covering the room. Darkness is doing what? Darkness means what actually? Darkness we say. Darkness is absence of light. Absence of light is called darkness. On inquiry, really speaking, when your eyes are not able to perceive objects and you say there is darkness, your eyes are not able to perceive because there is no light, and you are using a word called darkness. Is there a darkness actually, really speaking? No, there is no darkness. Your eyes are blind, in whose absence your eyes are blind, then you say it is darkness. So like that, here darkness is staying in the room. Room is dark. Room is dark. Where is the darkness? In the room. Its ashraya is the room. That room is the ashraya, location for the darkness. Locating in that room itself, what it is doing? It is covering, veiling, concealing the room that you do not know. You are where door is, where window is also you do not know. Now where is the darkness? In the room. What it is concealing? The room. Where it is located, and it is concealing the same room. Similarly, ignorance, darkness like ignorance is there in the Chaitanyam, locating in the Chaitanya. This is the main point, okay? Whether you understand the above sentences or not, doesn't matter. You understand this much. So examples are very useful, you see. Just as the darkness located in the room and concealing the room, not allowing you to know the windows, doors, which side they are there, it is remaining in the room itself and concealing the room. Its own ashraya. Its own ashraya it is concealing. Like that. Tadvat. Tadvat, you have to see that dashtanta now. Tasmat. Tadvat means we have to supply. So, Ajnanam, which is located in the Chaitanyam, room like Chaitanyam, darkness like Ajnanam, ignorance, concealing the Chaitanyam, covering the Chaitanyam, that is called Mula Vidya. Mula Vidya remaining in the Chaitanya, Atma Chaitanyam, and concealing the Atma Chaitanyam, not allowing you to know the Atma Chaitanyam. Just as the darkness located in the room and not allowing me to know that room details. I hope I have communicated. Some more points we'll see that is very important. Here, whose existence is concealed by ignorance, that is considered to be the object of ignorance. Whose existence is concealed? Whose existence is concealed by ignorance? Whose existence is concealed? Atman. I am Atma, that is concealed for an ignorant person. So whose existence is concealed by ignorance, that is considered to be the object of ignorance. I am ignorant, self-ignorant person. Self-ignorance is there. That object of ignorance. Okay? Therefore, this is point number one. What is point number one? I am consolidating. When I am reading the whole lines and all, it is like, checkered. Sometimes, nothing is clear. So, for consolidating the sentence, so, ignorance conceals the existence of a thing, anything. It is concealed by ignorance, is the object of ignorance. When I am ignorant of something, I am not aware of that thing. I am ignorant of something means I am not aware of that thing. That means ignorance is concealing the existence of that object. I am ignorant of something means the existence of that something is not known to me. That is called ignorance. So that is called ignorance. Therefore, first point is whose existence is concealed, I do not know, because of concealment by ignorance, that is considered to be the object of ignorance. With regard to Atma Ajnanam, Ajnanam is concealing, Ajnanam is in Chaitanyam, and it is concealing the existence of that Chaitanyam. That is called Atma Ajnanam, Mula Vidya, concealing the existence of Atma Chaitanyam. This is the first point. What is the second point? Next point, this concealment happens only for conscious entity. This concealment happens only in the conscious entity. Conscious entity whose existence is self-revealed. Whose existence is self-revealed. So I am Lakshyartha is Atma Chaitanyam. I am really, if you take I am Atma Chaitanyam, I am not ignorant of myself. So if you don't know this, you are Atma Chaitanyam. I am is Atma actually. I am is Atma. Are you ignorant of I am? None of us are ignorant of I am, because it is self-revealed. I am ignorant of whatever you say, anything, that is anatma. Nobody is ignorant of oneself. Understand? Nobody is ignorant of oneself because they do not know that I am is the Atma. I am Atma Brahma, that is Mandukya Mahavakyam. I am Atma Brahma, I am is I is consciousness, am is existence. So I am means existence, consciousness, principle. But people do not know that I am is the real Atma Chaitanya. They do not know. But they say, take what I am, afterwards they add. I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am a wife, I am a husband, I am father, son, an employee, everything they add. If you add to I am, whatever you add, that belongs to world anatma. Everyone, every ajnani, this I am, they leave and take whatever they add to I am, they take it as real. Siddhanta, Vedānta says this I am is real. That is why I am never, Poojya Swamini says that only. Always point out, nobody is lacking Atma Anubhava. Are you self-aware or not? Are you there or not? Do you want to verify from the next person? No. I am self-evident to myself. For ignorant people, they don't have. That is why this concealment happens only in the conscious entity, not in the clip, not in the pot. This concealment, already they are concealed. Pot does not know I am pot, clip does not know I am clip. But I know I am self-aware, self-evident consciousness. I know I am. Atma, I do not know, suppose. Ajnani also says, Naan irken, ani theriyuma theriyada. Naan irken, mai hu, nenu unnanu. This doubt nobody gets. Nenu unnanu, mai hu, naan irken, I am. Nobody will have this doubt because Atma Chaitanya is self-evident, self-revealed. That is the idea. That is the idea. So now the argument of Vedanta is Ajnanam need not cover the existence of the inert object. Ajnanam need not cover the existence of any inert objects. Jadavastu. Jadavastu Swarupa Tiraskaraha na apekshitaha. Jadavastu Vishaye Swarupa Tiraskaraha na apekshitaha. Kimartham? Because it is already tiraskritaha, Jadavastu. But I am not a Jadavastu, you are not a Jadavastu. You Swarupataha, you are Atma only, the inert entity. Why? That we will see more details. So the inert object never reveal itself. Existence by themselves they cannot reveal. Pot cannot reveal itself, I am pot. Book cannot reveal I am book, but I can reveal I am a human being, I am a female, I am a teacher, I am teaching. You can also have awareness that I am listening to Vicharasagara class. We are all conscious entities. Therefore, they need not be concealed. All Jada objects, they need not be concealed because they are already concealed by tamas. That is going to be elaborated later. Okay, we'll see more details in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.